started, ready to go. I'm cuddled up in my poncho, and it looks like there's a lot of really good movies on here, so I'm very excited. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to talk about how to travel healthy. As many of you know, I just moved from Vancouver, Canada all the way to Auckland, New Zealand, and I did this obviously via airplane. And so today I'm going to talk all about how to travel healthy on an airplane. I've been getting a ton of questions about what my top tips are for traveling healthy the day of, during a flight, and afterwards. So I'm going to cover all those topics, and we're going to start with obviously my favorite topic, healthy eating while traveling. So my biggest tips for healthy eating while traveling would be the day of to stick to foods like soups and smoothies. Things are really easy to digest and really alkalizing for the body. So I love like loading up on juices and smoothies the day of and really getting in those vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients that your body is going to need to support your immune system while flying. And then on the airplane food is usually quite dead food, which means it's just been like stripped of most of its nutrients. So I try and stay away from that when I can. But when I can't, I opt for like a vegan or gluten-free or vegetarian meal. And then I'll bring a ton of my own plane snacks on the plane. Afterwards, it's so important to be gentle with your body because your digestion is going to be a little bit messed up and your body's going to be a little bit confused. So healthy eating can actually contribute to getting rid of jet lag quicker. So sticking to meal times is super important. So making sure you're having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then a few healthy snacks in between if you want. But the day after I fly, I usually like to just like make sure to eat tons of hydrating foods and foods that are really balanced. So balanced with carbohydrates, healthy fats, and clean protein. Tip number 2, take your supplements. I am such a huge fan of supplements. I think they can play an incredible role to supplement a healthy diet. So I personally love taking supplements before, during, and after a flight. So before and after, or before and during, I really like focusing on supporting the immune system. So I'll take things like vitamin C and zinc and like medicinal mushrooms like reishi or chaga. So anything that's immune supporting is really good before and during a flight. And I also try and take supplements like every 3 to 4 hours on a flight. So things like probiotics and vitamin C and digestive enzymes, just to make sure everything is not too inflamed and feeling good. And then after a flight, I personally love taking activated charcoal in a bit of water and some lemon juice. And that actually just like helps to detox your body and make sure to like support your immune system by getting rid of any toxins or chemicals or bugs that are in our body. And it also helps me get rid of my motion sickness medication, which I have to take on the plane. So I love activated charcoal for that so much. And then obviously I just take my daily supplements afterwards, focusing on like immune supporting and digestion. And yeah, basically anything that you want to focus on, just making sure you're kind of like doubling up on those because your body has undergone a lot of stress on the flight. Tip number 3, movement. This is just as important as eating healthy, and I cannot stress this enough. The day of a flight, I love to get a good sweat in. So even if it looks like a long walk in your neighborhood or a spin class or a yoga class, just making sure you're getting at least 1 hour of movement the day before your flight is so important. And this is just going to increase blood circulation, keep your energy levels at a good level and digestion flowing and just like everything moving really nicely in the body. And then right before a flight, I love to do some like plain yoga or just stretching in the lounge. So I'll make sure to stretch before a flight and on a flight. I'll just like walk up and down the aisles. I'm so annoying. I'm that person that's constantly walking. And then after a flight, it's so important to get outside and get your movement in. I'll go to like a local park or I'll go to the beach if I'm lucky enough. Just make sure to get outside, get that fresh air, get that movement in. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Basically pick whatever movement you want and make sure to make it a priority before, during, and after your flight. Tip number 4 is reducing stress. So as I mentioned before, your body is undergoing a lot of stress during a flight, especially being on like a long flight, like the 14-hour flight we just had. So I made sure to make my stress relieving habits a serious priority. So some things that I love doing are using essential oils during a flight. So I'll use like a digestive essential oil on my belly. I'll use like a stress relieving one here or like on my temple to reduce like any kind of migraine. Essential oils can be amazing and I highly recommend taking them with you.
So I always travel with this Sage Travel Safe Kit. I'm obsessed with it. I keep all my goodies in here. So I love this mist. It's an Arrive Revive mist. And then I have this little deodorant wipe that's kind of self-explanatory. This is like an antibacterial lotion from Sage as well, which I love. And then a little water remineralizing pouch, which you can add to water on the plane. Just like something fun. A little lip chap, and then I've also got this Eater's Digest essential oil, which I just rub on my tummy whenever I'm bloated on long flights. And that's my little kit, and I love it so much, and I never travel without it.
The next tip for plane health would be sleep. Sleep is so important. So I try my best to just pass out on the flight and make sure to get in as much sleep as I can. And then the night before a flight and then the night after, just making sure you're getting those like 8 hours of sleep that you really need, or even longer, especially if you're on vacation. Just try and get in a good solid amount of sleep to make sure you're refreshed and energized for your vacation or your trip or work the next day, whatever it is. And then my last plane health tip would be deep breathing. I personally get a little bit nervous on planes because I do get motion sick. So I practice meditation as much as I possibly can before and during a flight. Every hour I like to like set a little reminder or just check in with myself and do like 5 deep breaths or 5 minutes of meditation, whatever you can manage on the flight. It can help drastically. So literally just breathing in and out. So simple, and I promise you it'll help so much. My 5th tip, which I cannot forget, is staying hydrated. This is so important, you guys. I always ensure to drink 2 liters of water the day I'm flying and then another 2 liters on the plane, and just like constantly refilling your water bottle as much as you possibly can. And I know this really sucks because like the last thing you want to do when you're traveling or when you're on a plane is to get up to have to go pee. I know it is so annoying, but it is so worth it. Staying hydrated is going to keep your energy levels up. It's going to help with jet lag, digestion, mental clarity. Just try and get those 2 liters a day in there if you can. So those were my basic tips for traveling healthy, and obviously this was a bit of a different experience for me because I was moving from one country to another. So I didn't bring my usual things like my Tupperware or really special supplements. I just kind of brought what was really necessary, and it worked really well, and I feel amazing, and I'm so happy that I feel good because I used to get sick after flights all the time, and still until I started implementing these really small yet really powerful habits, and I really hope they help you too. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe because it really supports my channel. I hope you love it. Have a great day.